The new Beacon Park will mean a lot to the city of Detroit, and I want to thank DTE Energy for their contribution to make this park happen. It's about live, work, play. It's about creating these spaces where people can gather, come together, and encourage our young people to move into our urban areas. In addition to that, it'll be a great entertainment venue, so it serves multiple purposes and is another step forward in our comeback of the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan.
We bought some property, and the park would be one of those, that was had an old kind of industrial building, a couple of buildings that were sheds that weren't really being used, vacant property and lots. We bought that property not knowing exactly how it was going to play out.
This started with almost the notion of protect the neighborhood. All the spark had not happened yet in downtown or midtown, but we just had to do something here. So we bought the business and we tore down the property, and at that time that was our plan. So I was here doing something, and all of a sudden I started getting these text messages from Jerry with pictures, and I didn't at that time know where he was, and I'm thinking, where's the CEO, and why during the day am I getting these pictures sent to me of parks? And it was just, he saw a group of parks and he saw the people in the park sitting and reading and talking and having fun. And it just, in his mind's eye, he said, that's what we want, that's what we're trying to create.
We had a lot of conversations, obviously, with our leadership team, and I think a couple of themes came through pretty loud and clear. One was really about having a heavily programmed park that was really about everybody. So not just visitors, not just residents, not just employees, but really everyone, and not just downtown, but really the whole Southeast Michigan. Really trying to have this be a hub for activity for this region and for the city of Detroit.
We used our sourcing processes to identify the best suppliers that we could find in terms of delivering our scope and our schedule. And we were really adamant that we wanted this to be a Michiganders park. So of course that made us really want to devote our attention to companies inside of Detroit as well as minority suppliers. Specifically on this project, we were able to hire 20 Michigan companies to help us with the general contracting as well as the subcontracting, and we had minority suppliers helping us again with the general construction as well as some of our sub-suppliers.
This park is going to establish an identity for this neighborhood. This fusion of light, energy, motion is unlike anything else that we have downtown. I think as we look at the workforce of the future, that integration of work and play is going to be really important, and to be able to come in and work hard and then have a place where we can play hard too is going to no doubt be a real attraction for talent in the future for a company like ours.
Well, I think Beacon Park is going to be an inspiration of light and energy, no pun intended. The DTE named it Beacon Park for a reason, and it's just going to bring more energy and more light and more activity and more options. I mean, that's what you need really in a city and urban core, is that there's a lot of options. It's not the same thing all day. You know, you come downtown Detroit, one day you might see Campus Martius, next day you may go to Beacon Park, and next day you may walk up and down Woodward and go to Midtown or Corktown or wherever you may go. And it's just, it should be a wondrous sort of place, the city of Detroit, and it is becoming that, where you can just spend so much time discovering things, and I think that's really what attracts a lot of people.
The DTE Energy Foundation's support of the more than 600 events that will take place in the park this year ensures that these activities will be free to the public. So the foundation supports these types of events all throughout the state, from the Traverse City Cherry Festival, Detroit Jazz Festival, the Thanksgiving Day Parade, the tree lighting. So those events provide, in our view, significant value to our community.
So in terms of Beacon Park, what it does is it really signifies not only the linkages that are so important in knitting the whole downtown together, but also the amenity base that is important to start to really respond to the growing population. And so this is really becoming not only the anchor of the west side of the downtown, but also the anchor of the south side of the district, the entertainment district, which is going to be so important in terms of really codifying all of these various activities and bringing again, an energy to the core that has been missing for so many years.
When we discovered that they were building a park as a contribution to the city and to the residents, and that they needed a really popular restaurant in the park, We started meeting with some of their people, and we liked them and they liked us. The restaurant itself is going to be designed around being a part of the park. So the restaurant on the bar side and on the dining room side, all three sides of each of those areas open into the park. It's a small restaurant. When the doors are all closed, only about 85 or 90 seats, but then when we have great weather, then we get to open it up and we end up with probably another 130 or 140 seats outside.
Beacon Park is going to be a tremendous complement to the District Detroit and everything we're working on, and it's going to be a real asset for the West Central downtown area. This park, I believe, will serve as a catalyst for the area, and I think it will bring additional development. And having DTE and its campus and all of the employees and people of DTE as a neighbor is so important for what we're working on, and we think it's just great that DTE has opened Beacon Park, and we couldn't be more excited. To Jerry Anderson and all my friends at DTE, thank you for opening Beacon Park.